What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Brennan. I'm BManX45, and today we're coming at you with another video. We have our market analysis for the Digimon TCG. Like we do every Friday, we're here to talk about Digimon card prices, what's changing in the game, how the meta is affecting certain cards, what's good to buy, what's good to sell, what's going on in the game we love. And as always, we're going to bring you these changes and bring you these updates as often as we can. We try to do it every Friday here, and we love doing it, so we hope you guys enjoy. And hey, if you do enjoy this content, please be sure to smash that like button, comment down below. We love to hear your thoughts, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss a single minute of fun. Now that I'm done with my rant, let's get into it. Let's talk about some cards here. Let's start with the special event pack. We're seeing some weird things happening here. I did expect this to start going down a little bit just because listings are coming up online, but I expect this to tank even more because we are getting the same analog youth in the box topper pack for BT21. So I expect this to tank at least to half the price, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm right. We'll see. Depends on if I'm kind of assuming that in the event pack, because you get 7 cards per pack, I feel like what you do get is you get a set of the LM cards, the 6 LM cards, and then you get one of the 4 alternate arts. If that is the case, then this might not take as fast. If you get a random assortment where you could get like one of these in every single pack, then I think it'll tank to half the price. But we'll have to wait and see. Again, Shadramon's going to be the outlier because this card's already expensive for the deck, being a promo that was back in, I think, BT14 came out. That nobody thought was good at the time because the deck wasn't good, and now the deck's amazing, and now everyone wants it. You're seeing this come down a little bit from 30 to 25. This is, I think this is going up, but I'm not sure. And then you have these guys really low. That's really stupid for some reason, considering it was in the last event pack, but it's still a market price of 5. And then 19 for that kind of makes sense. Doraemon's a little bit older of a card, although this already has an alternate art reprint, so it's kind of like, and then looking at the regionals pack, but also looking at the finalist and the champion versions. Here you can see the finalist versions are around the $40 to $50 mark, depending on the card. 30 for some of them, but mostly 30 above $30, $30 to $50. Then you can see the participants are still, some of them are really, like this one skyrocketed because it's just a good floodgate card against your opponent, but still around the $20 mark just because they're so new. A few of them kind of under 20, around the $15 mark, and then no pricing on the championship because we only got one set for North America. All right, continuing on, we have our first look into how the meta is shaping up right now. Well, Leviamon's doing pretty good in some events, so we thought we'd take a look at Leviamon again. This card's always kind of dragging, either on one side or the other of $20. Sometimes a little bit higher, sometimes around 26, or almost recent sales 27. But we have lots of copies, and always a really good card. But you see it was trending up there, and now it's kind of leveling off right now. We also have another deck that kind of does a nice one shot a lot of the time at certain regionals, which is Dominimon. You're seeing it's fluctuating all around here. It was actually coming down a little bit, and then now it's starting to taper off. You can probably get one for $15 if you try real hard, but it's less than $20, and that's not too bad of a price, especially for a deck that can compete with the meta. You just got to be skilled, really skilled, because toolbox vaccine decks are really hard to play. Of course, we got our Patamon too, only $13. He's been going down, but most recent sales around 15. We could see this come up again if people continue to top with Dominimon into the next format. I'll have to wait and see. And of course, TK, the one, which is only a 1-up, so you expect him to be a lot cheaper, but it's climbed up a little bit here. Almost to the $6 mark, and is now tapering off. And there's tons of copies, I believe. Yeah, they're all pretty cheap. So this is a not too bad deck to get into sometimes, depending on how your playstyle is. Another guy that's always good for a laugh is Hexablau because he's always expensive as all hell. $50 and rising. $50 and rising. I guess he did come down a little bit, but this card was originally like a $30 or $40 alt, and he's just exploded. And if we look at the super is the $30 to $40 right now, so it's pretty bad. Hexablau, really hard card to keep down. We have seen some ruin modes because we got Leviamon decks, and even we've seen some ruin modes pop up in the Imperial Digimon Virus deck. So we're just looking at the prices on ruin mode. It is coming up a little bit more. It was down closer to 50, and now it's rising up a little bit here. But you got some copies there. I mean, you got a few copies, and then you're up to $60. So you could see a buyout on this if people start running this again in their deck. And I mean, all the options are like there's this one here. It's actually gone down a little bit, but it's really stayed where it was the whole time. And I mean, the regular art, it's coming up too. You're seeing an increase there. So it's a good card. It's a good card. And it's hard to get because it's a secret. Talking about another hard to get secret, Gallantmon. It's good in Royal Knights right now. It's good in Gallantmon, and it's getting a reprint. So hopefully we'll see a price decrease, and this is why we're looking at this. We want to see what it has right now to see what happens when we get that promo. Or sorry, not promo, because we're getting a promo Gallantmon in BT21, but we're also getting a reprint of this in one of the box topper packs. So it's nice to see, where it's at right now. It's, you see just going up. Market price is 65, but the most recent sale is 90. And we're seeing that copy-wise, we're closer to 90 than we are to 65. So, we'll hopefully see this trend down once we get that reprint, but we'll have to wait and see for sure. Another card that's getting a reprint in that box topper pack is Angelwoman Ace. This card's always a pretty expensive card here. I mean, like, let's see, 46. Yeah, you got a couple copies there, but you get a buyout, and you could be up to $50 pretty soon. So it could become more expensive, but hopefully, again, we'll see that price decrease once we get that alternate art. And we see this right here. That's the alternate art right here. That's in the box topper pack. No pricing yet, of course, but you look at the other copies, it's still, $10 to $12 for the super. And then you have the low pull rate too, which is insane. Cherubimon Ace, another good vaccine card that's good in multiple decks, but really good in the Dominimon deck. And it's continuing to have a bit of luck here. You see it kind of tapered off, and now it's bumping up a little bit again, having a little bit more of a resurgence in price. Not as big as the last one, but it's still around $43 to $45 with copies ranging here. You got a bunch of copies before I think you'd see a buyout, see it go over 50. I don't know if we'll see that, but it's always a great card, and you never know what's going to happen depending on the amount of decks that play this card. Another good card like that is Shadow Seraphi, because D-Digivolve is an amazing keyword, and D-Digivolve 3 is gross. Yeah. And then just being able to do minus DP is also good. So it's not seeing as much love here. It's lower, and then it had a bit of a bump, and now it's tapered off again. A little bit less than the Cherubimon, but still, trending around $35. You got some copies here before it bumps up to 40. So I want to see a buyout. I don't think I'll see a buyout on this anytime soon. We saw Valkyremon getting played in an Imperial Digimon, the Virus Imperial Digimon deck. And so we're seeing what's happening with it. Not really much happening with it. It was a one-off. This card's not seeing as much play anymore, so it is trending downwards, as you can see. Which is actually, this used to be $40 to $50 for the longest time. So if you guys didn't get a chance to pick up your copies for a decent price, right now might be the time. $22.59 is the most recent sale. You can probably get one for $20 if you really try, but most of them trending under $25. So there's that. Zephygamon Ace. We did see a Zephygamon top a while back, but it hasn't. The deck hasn't really topped as much in the last couple of events. So we are seeing this Ace kind of taper off right here, just all the way down. The alternate is 16 bucks, not that expensive. So yeah, it's very easy to pick up right now, and I would, in case this deck's it's the Liberator deck, it's gonna get more support, so I would definitely pick up these now when they're this cheap, especially because it's a secret, and you never know, once secret becomes good, it's back up at $80. So I mean, maybe not for this card, but you know what I mean. Another card that's seeing some play in Imperial Dramon Virus is Akihiro Karada, a decent card that lets you cycle your draw trash engine, which is actually kind of good. It's a nice 3-cost tamer, and it's the pre-release version is seeing a bit of a bump here. You're seeing it climbed up there, 10 to 15 bucks. I mean, it's gonna, market price is gonna stay in that $10 range, but the copies are limited. So you can see right here we got one for 12, but then all the other ones are about 15, and then there's only like 4 copies, so you can see a buyout very easily. We're looking at one specific Magnamon, and that is the Omnimon Magnamon. We looked at all the other Magnamons in the last couple weeks, and they haven't really been changing. But we're looking at this guy here. He has exploded because you need 4 of this in the Omnimon deck, because he's your level 4 you like to start out at the beginning of the game with. One of them anyways. And, you know, this guy was bad enough when he was 60 to 80 bucks, and now he's 100 bucks. Because now more time has passed, the set is older, you got less copies on the market. You got 2 copies, and then it's a $160 card. That is nuts. So I hope we don't see a buyout on this, but he's already bad enough at 100. Could get worse. Definitely should have got this card when it was cheaper, especially if you ever wanted to play Royal Knights in the future. So definitely that boat has been missed. Another card that's gone up in price that's good for the deck, especially, is the Omekamon, the Event Pack 6 Omeka, which has, you know, it's actually gone down a little bit, but it's still seeing a nice bump from where it was before. Before we got BT, sorry, not BT, well, BT20, which was 2.5. So, you know, 12 bucks, not terribly bad. There's a bunch of copies on the market because it was an event pack. So that's good. So I think it'll stay there and not go up too much, but I don't see it coming down for right now, while Royal Knights is super good. And then, of course, you have your search card for the Royal Knight deck. So that is Dynasmon. And we looked at like Omnimon, we looked at Omnimon X, we looked at some other cards in the deck. And of course, you know, you can't forget about Dynasmon. He's really good too. One of your cheaper cards to play with your reduced cost from Drazel, and your searcher for the deck. This guy is just seen obviously a skyrocket in price, up to 25 bucks. He was down below 20 bucks, 26 bucks, and copies starting at 27. This card easily could go over $30, especially if Royal Knights continues to do what they are doing, which is taking at least a quarter of the top 16 spots. Honestly, most events, there's at least 3 to 4 top 16 Royal Knight decks. So we're definitely seeing them take at least a quarter of all the top spots in all events. So this will continue to rise if that trend continues. And then, of course, King Drazel himself, one of the only alternate art Digi-Eggs in the game that came from a set. Like I know we've had alternate, you know, Ultimate Cup, alternate art Digi-Eggs. We've had reprint alternate arts. But this is one of the only ones, I believe, that was printed in set as an alternate, as a Digi-Egg. I might be wrong, but it's one of the only ones, or the only one. I'd have to go back and look at every one, and I don't want to do that right now. But again, it's rising in price as well. You know, you can see back here at around January, it was under 25 bucks. Now we're up at 40. Most recent sale, $50. That's basically double of what it was. And again, limited amount of copies. Well, no, we got a lot of copies, but they're spread out here. You got 3 copies at a lower price, and then you're up over $50, and then you're up over 60, 70, 80, 90. Like, it just, yeah. So could definitely see a buyout, could definitely see a massive price hike. So depending on, hopefully you got them earlier, but I would definitely wait on this one a little bit to see if it goes up higher before selling, because you could make some serious profit on this card, like I said, if that Royal Knight trend continues. And then to finish up this, we are just going to take a look here. World Convergence pre-release is next week. We're going to be doing pre-release prices. We don't have anything right now, obviously. You can see it's all out of stock, so they haven't put in any numbers on anything, which is generally what you want to see. The early numbers are garbage anyways. One thing I agree with another YouTuber is don't buy the pre-sales. Definitely, don't buy the pre-sales. So I do agree with another YouTuber that I watch. I won't give his name here, but he definitely is correct. Buying the pre-sales is a dangerous game. But right now, no pricing. But we see here a case. US is $1,400, 15 closer to 15, and then basically 115 to 120 a box. This will go down obviously, but that's US. So I wish it was 115 for me for a box, but it's not, because I live in Canada and the world hates Canada. At least it feels like that way sometimes. But whatever, we do all right. We continue on with what we're doing, and hey, we enjoy the games we love, like the Digimon TCG, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed the market analysis like usual. Tell me what you thought about the card prices. We're going to be looking at more stuff in the future days. We're going to be getting into the pre-release, into BT21, seeing how those prices change. I'm hoping we get some data on Shoutmon Ultimate Cup soon, because he's still not up. And I'm like, okay, well, they got Ultimate Cups at the same time they did Regionals. You think there'd be some pricing there for the Shoutmon X4, and then the other card, I can't remember which Mega Digimon Shoutmon version was the Champion Pack card. But we're not seeing any data on that yet, but we will bring it when it comes out. Looks like that's all the time we have for this video. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we hope to see you in the next video. And as always, have a wonderful day. And that's all for now, folks.